Now let's move on to pensions. New Jersey's unfunded pension liability at the end of Governor Christie's term was placed at around $90 billion. Barbara is on the phone right now with us. She's in Montville, and she wants to talk a little bit about pensions here in the state. Barbara, can you hear me?
Yeah, hi.
Hey, Barbara, how are you?
Good. I'm proud to be a faculty member of one of New Jersey's fantastic community colleges.
Great.
As an employee of the college, I'm part of the New Jersey pension plan. Can you tell me where you stand on funding the pension plan for state employees and teachers?
Yeah, so Barbara, this is a big one. And Eric set the stage. I think we are rated objectively as having the weakest pension system in the country. And it's been years of kicking the can down the road. And not just the past 8 years, but this has been brewing for probably about 20 years. And folks like yourself keep being left at the altar, where the state on its side says, listen, we're either going to do this if you do that, or they jam it down your throat, trampling any concept of collective bargaining. And then not only is that bad enough, but then the state has welched on its obligations. And so we've become, not just because of this reason, but principally because of this reason, a state that folks don't trust. Rating agencies, young people, public sector employees, faculty members at our county colleges like yourself. So we have to, not suggesting it's painful, it's easy, or it's overnight, but we have to do what we have committed to do on our side, and that is get as fast as we can to fully funding our obligation, and to basically say, not just in words, but in action, that we're doing what we promised we would do. So bear with us. This won't be overnight, but we will get there. We're committed to doing that.
Governor, how do you do what Barbara would like, and that is funding the pension system? How do you reduce property taxes? How do you raise the minimum wage, which is something else that you would like to do, while you're all in the process right now of trying to come up with a budget for your first year in office? How do you get all that done? Yeah,
so as we mentioned earlier, a $35 billion budget screams out your priorities. So we've got a state for the past 8 years that's been, it's not had the back and not prioritized the middle class and those who aspire to get into it, no matter how you measure that. Whether you're like Betty, who's got a pension plan that's in peril, or you're a you're a homeowner and your property taxes, notwithstanding the cap, are up 17%, or if you're a commuter on NJ Transit, your fares are up 36% in the midst of all this chaos, or God knows how much more money, I think it's 80% more it costs to cross the Hudson River in a tunnel or a bridge. We got to get back to prioritize and say, okay, what is the government in this state here for? In my opinion, it is here for those who have nowhere else to turn, and to put wind in the sails again of the middle class and those who were born with the dream, like I was in my family, to get into the middle class. So that means we're going to have to, what's the best way to deliver property tax relief? It's fully fund public education. If folks out there watching look at their property tax bill, on average in the state, 53% of that bill goes toward public education. We've underfunded the school funding formula over the past 8 years cumulatively by over $9 billion. We've given out tax credits to big corporations willy-nilly without enforcing them to almost the same amount of money.
All right, Governor, we're going to talk much more right after the break.